William Kearns, and I'm involved in animal advocacy here. I was on the Animal Advisory Board for a couple of years. I was actually the chairman of it. I volunteer for the Humane Society, and I have my own 501c3 called CART, so we transport animals out of the city of Amarillo to rescues all over the country, actually. And that's what we do.
All right, well, you just came back from the Amarillo City Council's public comments segment of the City Council meetings on Tuesday. How did that go?
I think it went well. I know Claudette Smith was very gracious to read our list of things that we were suggesting to the City Council, so they now have an email form of it, and they have heard it presented to them, and we do not feel those demands or requests are out of the, there's nothing out of the ordinary there. It should be taking place already, and we believe it should start taking place now, especially in light of the situation with Gordy.
That's right. You were very forward-thinking and writing up written proposals and then making sure that they were delivered to the City Council before the public comment section actually began.
Yes. I was on the advisory board, so I kind of know how it works. So I was making sure that they had it in hand before also.
Yes, sir. Well, how did they react to those comments? Were any statements made?
They actually asked for her to email them to them, so I guess they haven't opened my emails from this morning, even though I sent it about 5 a.m. this morning, but I guess they haven't had a chance to look at it. But so they've asked for it, and they've been told that it's in their box, so hopefully they'll read it. They seem pretty receptive. It did bother me a little that Jared Miller said that they're spending over $300,000 now in the new budget for spay and neuters, so that every animal that leaves by adoption is spay and neutered. We've been doing that for years. For at least the 6-7 years that I've been involved in rescue, we already do that. So I'd like to know where that $300,000 is going. He's presented that as a statement of fact. It is a statement of fact, but it's already occurring. So that was interesting to me.
All right. Were any specific comments made, or were any comments made about any specific line items in your proposal? Or they really didn't have access to it?
No, they didn't have access before, so they didn't exactly address the proposal yet, no.
Okay, well, I know that you will be able to get me a copy of that,
sure,
and I will add that in the description below this video.
Absolutely.
All right. Did Jared have anything to say about how the animal control department is handling things now? Because he has made a previous statement that he was very apologetic for, we've had 2 situations now where animals were euthanized and
yes,
created quite a few bad feelings. Did he have any further comments made?
Not really. Gordy's parents were actually here today, and they were very gracious to her. Let them know that they were very sorry about his death and again admitting the accident. G7 and Gordy are just the 2 that are public figures to put a face on things. We have had so many of these situations happen, and even rescues who tag an animal to be rescued who was then euthanized accidentally. It happens all the time, at least weekly, sometimes daily on some situations. So. But no, nothing really said during this public hearing anyways, or public comments.
Was there any assurances that there would be a follow-up from the City Commission itself, perhaps in the next meeting?
Well, they have stated that they're looking into it, and I hope as part of that they look at these changes that I'm trying to make and maybe help implement some changes on their own end. The person who was actually let go for the killing a couple weeks ago, he's even saying that, my understanding is he's even saying that it wasn't his fault, that it was not an email mix-up. My question is, why was it an email at all? This thing should take 3 people. It should take a vet being on there present. And that's some of the things we're asking for that apparently are not happening. So prevent this from happening again and give us all a chance to help these animals.
Does the city currently have a veterinarian that comes and does inspections?
Yes, there's actually a vet on staff now, and that is pretty new to Amarillo. And we have the city has a vet, and the Humane Society has a vet. So there are 2 veterinarians that they have access to.
All right. Well, thank you very much for speaking with me.
Absolutely. Appreciate you.